Welcome to Bill's Bridge class, Class 54, Wednesday, May 29th, 2013. I realized today as I go through these classes there's some terminology that I should have gone through much earlier in the process. We didn't cover terminology regarding defensive bidding and such. I really need to cover that before I get into the subject at hand, which is balancing. So I'm going to start with some definitions and then go into what a pass-out hand is, and then from there go into balancing.
Let's cover some terminology. Start with the opener. It's the first person to make a bid for a contract. The responder is simply the partner of the opener. The overcaller is the first opponent of the opener to make a call, other than pass. It could be a double, for example, takeout double. And the advancer is the partner of the overcaller. Note that overcaller may actually do something besides overcall. He may double, assumed to be a takeout double. Let's look at an example. South bids a heart, west doubles, north redoubles, east bids 2 clubs. South is the opener. West is the overcaller. The fact he doubled is irrelevant. For the purpose of discussion, he's defined as the overcaller. North is the responder. He's the partner of the opener. And East is the advancer. He's the partner of the overcaller. Now let's talk about the pass-out seat. The pass-out seat is the seat or the place in which, in the auction, if you were to pass, that would be the end of the auction. Let's look at an example. South passes, west pass, north pass. East is in the pass-out seat. If he passes, it's the end of the auction, also the end of this hand. But he's in the pass-out seat. Next example. 1 heart by south, west passes, 2 hearts by north, east passes, south passes, west turn to bid. If he passes, it's the end of the auction. He's in the pass-out seat. Next example. South passes, west bids a spade, north passes, east bids 2 spades. South passes, west passes, and north is in the pass-out seat. If he were to pass, the auction would end. With this in mind, let's look at the strategy involved in the pass-out seat. The opponents have decided to stop bidding. In the first example, nobody's bid, so the question is, should you even bid at all? The implication is that whether partners bid or not, he must have some cards because they've got to be somewhere. If they have found a fit, 1 heart, 2 hearts, you probably have a fit as well. That's just the nature of the beast. If they didn't find a fit, you need to be careful. You may not have a fit. As a matter of fact, if they don't have a fit, you may do better defending. Consider the scoring at a duplicate tournament. A part score of 1 or 2 level is worth 70 to 120 points. 1 diamond, 1 club, bid and made is 70 points. 2 no trump, bid and made is 120 points. If you bid 1 higher than you can actually make and go down 1, you will lose either 50 or 100 points. In most cases, that's better than letting them score their 70 to 120 points. It depends in part on vulnerability. But the other point is that for them to double you on a one-trick trick is really risky. If they're wrong, you're going to get a top board. If they're right, they may get a top board, but it's really difficult to double at the 1 or 2 level and know what you're doing. Let's look at a simple example of a pass-out seat. Case 1. Opener's bid is passed to you. Goes 1 club, pass, pass, east bid. Even if you passed on the first round, maybe you were the dealer and you passed initially. You should strain to make a bid, especially if you're shorting clubs. You might even bid a 4-card suit in this situation. Standard advice is to balance with 10 or 11 good starting points. You don't need a full opener. Some authors take the stand of sharing a king. The balancer adds a king. He takes it from his partner's hand, puts it in his own, because he assumes his partner has some cards, since the bidding is passed out at a low level, about to be passed out. So a responder, in return, when he responds to partner's balancing, subtracts a king. He takes his king back. He needs a king extra to make his response. That is one simplified approach of handling balancing. What do you do in the balancing seat as far as what you bid? Well, first of all, let's cover 1 no trump. A 1 no trump balancing seat is a little lower than a 1 no trump overcall or a 1 no trump opening. Depends on the suit involved. Most would bid 1 no trump over a minor with, say, 11 to 14 high card points, or a major with a little bit more. Discuss it with your partner. Some actually have a range for each suit. The concept is you may be forced to the 2 level, so you need a little more strength. But your requirement is less than what you would do as a 1 no trump overcall in the direct seat, second seat if you will. In the pass-out seat, a double followed by a no trump shows just above this range. So in a lot of cases you might double and then bid no trump, showing a hand that equivalently you would bid 1 no trump and an overcall directly. Michaels, if you play it, or top and bottom cue bids are on. Most people would play that. But I need to give you a forewarning about 2 no trump. 2 no trump in the pass-out seat is not unusual. It's strong and it's natural. And by the way, a jump overcall in the pass-out seat is not weak. It's intermediate. Case 2. The opponents have bid and raised. The normal situation here is you want to stretch to reopen, because if they have a fit, you probably do have a fit. But be sure it's a real fit. Give you a couple examples. Is the raise a simple preference? Maybe opener has bid 2 suits and responder has simply made a correction, made a preference to the first bid suit. Or maybe opener was forced to raise with a 3-card fit. Some people don't ever raise with 3-card fits. Believe me, professionals do all the time. Case 3, if no fit is found. It's often dangerous to re-enter if no fit is found. If they don't have a fit, you don't have a fit. Let them stew in their own juice. Let them have their own problems. One example that comes to mind is this example. 1 heart, pass, 1 no trump, pass, pass. If you jump into the auction here, you may help the opponents. They may have a minor suit fit, and they were afraid to do it. You may have spades, for example, and it's great to have spades, but whatever you bid, it'll be at the 2 level. One of the things that Bergen suggests is use don't, which we covered yesterday. Disturb opponent's no trump bid. If you're going to compete in this situation, use don't. Just as though the responder opened 1 no trump, and just pretend you're responding to a don't. That does work. In some cases, you may be in the pass-out seat and also have been the bidder. This is called reopening the bidding. Let's look at an example. You open a spade. West bids 2 clubs. Pass, pass. You're in the pass-out seat, but you're also the opener. What do you do here? Here's the scoop. Whenever you hold 2 or fewer cards in the opponent's suit, clubs in this example, assume the partner has values but could not bid. In particular, he could not make a penalty double. Remember, he may have to take a negative double and he doesn't have it. So he may be sitting in clubs. So, whenever you hold 3 or more cards in the opponent's suit, assume the partner is weak. Act only on the merits of your own hand. Let's go back to the last example and see what we do in a real life situation. Here's your hand. What do you do? With 2.5 quick tricks and support for the other suits at least 3 cards, double. It's more in the nature of a takeout double. Partner will take it as a general takeout, but realize that he may have a club stack against the opponent's suit, and he pass for penalty. That's okay too, but notice the requirement. You have a 2.5 quick tricks. It's not all an offense. You have some real defense should he pass. With a 2-suiter, do the same thing, but instead of doubling, bid your second suit. That's the wrap up this section today with a couple of 3 specific situations that come up from occasion. First is the pancake double. It goes 1 club, pass, 1 spade, East turn to bid. Double. This I call the pancake double. It's a 2-suiter double. It shows the red suits in this example. It shows the unbid suits. 1 no trump is natural with stoppage of both black suits, but I need to give you a warning. Some people don't play it that way. Some play 1 no trump as a takeout. Discuss it with your partner. The redouble. Disasters and wild swings are often the result of misunderstood redouble. Please, please, please discuss this with your partner. I'll give you some general advice here, but the better advice is to talk with your partner and be sure you have it pinned down. Generally, and I put that in quotes in pencil, a redouble denies support for partner suit and a desire to penalize the opponents. But there are exceptions, and we covered one a while back. The support redouble. This sequence here, 1 club, pass, 1 spade, East doubles, and now South redoubles. You remember this sequence? What does it show? It shows 3 card spade support, but undefined strength. You could be minimum up to just short of a demand 2 bid. So beware of the redouble. They'll bite you. But use the general rule above whenever in doubt, or you haven't discussed it.
As with most things in these classes, I've only touched the surface of the subject of balancing. Tomorrow we're going to sit on the opposite side of the table. Your partner has opened 1 no trump. The next hand has interfered with the bid. He may have used don't, or he may have used Cappelletti, or maybe something else. What do you do as partner of the 1 no trump responder? There are several possible strategies. I'm going to give you what I think is the best in my opinion, but there's more than one answer, more than one way to skin the cat. See you Thursday.